Hi everybody, I'm SS the Showstopper, and just to make a quick video again, I just saw a video of FOOTA HYPE on his live, and he was talking about dancehall music and that the female artists, they're nasty and they are disrespectful. They don't have any self-respect, but they want men to treat them as princess, and that they're going to take drugs when they get older because their kids are going to come up and they're going to hear the music that they're putting out and the content that they're putting out there, and that Nicki Minaj has 200 plus million followers and decide to follow him. He didn't solicit her, and that and Spice comment when Nicki Minaj knew what she was doing when she put those females on it, because she heard or she read what Spice said about Cardi B being the queen and stuff like that. And I'm looking into it and I'm saying this is why I always speak on effeminate men and the effeminate trait that they constantly portray, because a man raised by real men do not behave like that. What you're doing is further putting a wedge among the women that has just released a great song that is pushing, they're fighting to push it. Dovey Magnum has been trying for so long to push her music, to get herself out there, to cement herself. She found a niche, and her niche is what? Is a raunchy part of sex, oral sex. She just pushed it, she just used it as her niche to catapult her career. Nobody was paying attention to her. Nikki decided that she's going to give her a limelight. She's going to give her a platform, courtesy of her own. And Dovey used her niche to push her music. What is your problem? I guess I understand that she asked you for your opinion, but as I said before, she exposed you, because this is what happens when people don't think, when people are not using wisdom. Because if you had it, you would realize and understand that, listen, I don't need to say this. I don't need to come and tell the entire public that I'm editing the song, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. You understand me? There's a right way and a wrong way of saying things to people. You want to be this reprimanding bully in dancehall. You are incorporating the same alliance mentality that's done away with. It's over, it's finito. Nobody caters for that. All the artists that were a part of it is no more. And why are you disrespecting the females and saying that they're nasty and they don't have any self-respect? And at the same time, and they are mothers, and at the same time, a lot of male in dancehall are singing raunchy music, violent music, and they're also fathers. So when they get older, they're going to take drugs too to cope. No, because they're men and men supposed to, right? The whole realm of misogyny. It's going to look good for men. The more raunchier they be, the more degrading songs that they sing, the more violence they promote, it's going to make them look so much more manlier. You see, that's a mentality, that's a sick mentality of the black community that we are trying to help people to emancipate themselves from. Dancehall was always vulgar, it was always raunchy. I never heard of a time when dancehall was purely about gospel. It was always vulgar and it was always raunchy. So what exactly are you doing besides pushing away a wedge among the women? There's nothing wholesome that you speak of. The only thing wholesome you speak of is say that Nicki Minaj follow you. Every time you upload a video, it's always something negative. It's always something to tear down someone. That's why I say people should stop taking compliment from you, because they're always backhanded compliments. You're giving someone a compliment and at the same time you're tearing down someone else. Or you're using the compliment as an excuse. Now you're trying to say that Nicki Minaj is subjugating the females, or in particular Spice, because she knew what Spice said about Cardi B being queen. Spice did not say that. Just to make it clear, Spice did not say that. When Spice put out her post, she said big up to Cardi B, who spent her good money to book her, because she, and I think it was Chug It, I don't want to make any mistake, the promoters for Chug It, they had some issues with her bookings and stuff like that, and she was going to court with them, going to litigate her and stuff like that. And so she was throwing shade at them. So it wasn't a shade at Nicki Minaj. And even if she said Cardi B was a queen, so what? So what? So what is wrong with that? She's an artist. They're all artists and they're doing music, and they're trying to make money from music. So what is your problem? What is your problem, and why is it that you know using your platform to push segregation, and separation among the women. Remember I said it, wasn't it in another video I said it? Black people have mastered the art of separation. Coming together is a trigger term. They get nervous and itchy when you hear the word come together, or hear the term come together, because they don't want to. There must always be some competition. There must always be someone crab in a barrel mentality. FOOTA HYPE, nobody solicit those kind of derogatory remarks that you are making. She asked for your opinion. She didn't ask for you to be disrespecting the woman. You understand me? If you had to edit Juna Gang song with Bounty Killer so that Bounty Killer version could play, that's your business. You were a part of Alliance, so you're doing Bounty Killer a great deal. That song belongs to Nicki Minaj. It doesn't belong to you. So how dare you come and say that you're going to take out this part and you're going to take out that part, and you don't deal with oral sex, so you're not going to play it. So you deal with violence then. You advocate violence because you constantly play it. So you are saying that you're a promoter of violence. You're a selector that promotes violence. You know what I realize? You are going to slowly cancel yourself out of dancehall. That's exactly what you're going to do. Or that's exactly what you're doing. Slowly canceling yourself out of dancehall. Because these are women who are working. A lot of them are single mothers. They did not impregnate themselves either. And their baby fathers are black men. Most of them are probably men who listen to people like you, who can sit down and constantly make scathing remarks, derogatory remarks about people. And you target the artist. Why? I don't know. You're always coming for the artist. You're like a plague to them. You're like a menace. As soon as somebody put out something, you are searching and nitpicking to find out what they are doing that is unrighteous, so you can preach your righteousness. Excuse me, what righteousness are you preaching? And if you are preaching righteousness, clearly that's not the way to go. Clearly disrespecting people is not the way to go. Wisdom teaches you to be humble. So if you want someone to get your message, how are you going to do it? If you want someone to get your message, how are you going to do it? How are you planning to expedite such mission? I've never seen anything like this. Every single time you upload a video, it's somebody you're going in on, and it's most likely an artist, and you're talking about, you know, things about them, and you can say things about the females, but because they are mothers, you're not going to say it. Why would you want to say it? We are not concerned about the bedroom affairs of people. We want to see good music, and if they do a photo shoot that's artistic and they're putting out art, then we are interested in it. You seem to be on a banter, on a tirade. You want to get into a social media diatribe at all times with people. And might I add, are you planning to play Nicki Minaj song? Because Nicki is a raunchy artist. Nicki sing about oral sex. Nicki also talk about tossing salad. For those who want to know, you can go and research it. What the ebonics of tossing salad mean. That's what most of her music is about. So how are you condemning the females that are in dancehall, but at the same time you're greenlighting Nicki and saying that Nicki is okay, Nicki can pull dancehall artists, when all her music is about that? Most of her music is about that. So you're a hypocrite. You are a hypocrite. You are not righteous. You are not right either. You are not righteous. You are a hypocrite. And you keep talking about ancestors and our ancestor. What kind of ancestor? All our ancestors are there. We all have ancestors. There's nothing special about yours. You are a hypocrite. You're living in the land of freaks. You're living in the land of people who enjoy different sexual appetite. And at the same time, you're bashing them. You chose to go and reside there. And at the same time, you're bashing these people. You're ostracizing them. You're reprimanding them when nobody asks. You strongly believe that you are ordained with the responsibility of reprimanding people. You're bringing the Alliance old archaic antediluvian method in dancehall. It's not needed. Nobody warrants it. Nobody sanctions it. It's not needed. You are not needed. You didn't have to come and tell everybody that you're going to edit the song, even though I don't. So when people are booking FOOTA HYPE to play music that only FOOTA HYPE like. And if the audience decide to like it, well, so be it. If they don't, who cares? That's basically what you're saying. When anyone book me, they are going to book me to play music that I like. And as long as I do not like it, it will not be played. You're going after the females and you're saying so many some disrespectful things. You're not thinking that they have children, dude. Seeing as you want to moral police, do you consider that these females have children that might be listening to what you're saying, disrespecting their mother? And at the same time, the men are singing the same oral sex songs. The men are promoting violence, and you play their well. You probably don't play the oral sex part, but you play their violent music. Effeminate behavior in men. This is not manly. If you think it's manly, you are impressing no one. Coming out and declaring that you don't eat vagina, you don't eat vagina, you don't eat vagina. That's your business. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. And might I add that when women are thinking about guys giving them oral sex, your face is not the one that pops up in their head. It's usually a guy that's good looking. Your face is not the one that pops up in their head. So you saying that you don't do it is affecting absolutely nobody. Because I don't think a woman is out there saying that I wish Foota Hype would give me oral sex. I don't know of a woman that's thinking about that with you in mind. You're constantly uploading video and saying that you don't care. You are going to be cancelled. You're going to be cancelled. You're going to be excused from dancehall. You don't own it. You're not a gatekeeper. You can't stop nothing. And if you're saying that it doesn't affect Dovey Magnum, money doesn't affect your pocket, what you choose to play if you decide to edit her, then why do you need to come on a platform and let everybody know? And then you're saying that you said Spice had this you one time about it's your mother and so suck your mother and stuff like that. And then you're on a platform telling everybody to suck their mother because Nicki Minaj decided to follow you. You are supporting Nicki, who records songs about oral sex and all these kind of things. And at the same time, you're bashing the dancehall artist for the same thing. And your excuse is that Nicki's Trinidadian or she's American, so we agree like she's doing dancehall music. You're a hypocrite. You need to get a life. You need to get a life and leave people alone. Get a life and leave the women alone. You don't like their music, you could have easily just leave that part out. You didn't have to come and tell everybody because what you are doing is sanctioning other people or championing for other people to come and say, okay, when they're going to play, they're going to cut out Dovey Magnum part also or London part also. That's what you are encouraging. What if Nicki Minaj was thinking like you and say, you know what, Foota Hype, you're so right. I'm going to drop Dovey Magnum from the song. I'm going to cut her from it. She's not going to get her cut out of it anymore. What if she was like you? You're saying that nobody consider you know nobody. So if you even say it shouldn't matter. So because there are people out there that think less of you because of the things that you have said about them. You're actually believing that it's okay to come on a platform and let everybody know that, listen, she this and that and some nasty foul caustic words you're using to describe the woman. And now you're trying to create problems between Spice and Nicki Minaj. That's not being a man. I'm sorry, not sorry. That's not being a man. You're trying to create a problem between Spice and Nicki Minaj. And we all know that Spice and Dovey Magnum are friends and yeah, they should throw shades at each other. That's besides the point right now. You need to leave social media and leave people alone. Speak about yourself and your children and your family. Speak about what God have blessed you with. You're saying that you don't beg people anything. And so what? So what? There are rich people who ask people for things. There are rich people who need to seek permission to go somewhere. You're not special. You don't beg people this and you're living here and you're living. Okay, great. Okay, great. There are people out there who still have to ask and life goes on. The sun still rises in the east and it sets in the west. Your liberation affects no one. It doesn't affect the price of rice in China, tea in barley, or wheat in Ethiopia. It affects nobody. So you uploading these videos and constantly going at people. If you had wisdom, you know that a humbler approach will garner an audience that will understand. It will make her probably look and say, okay, then I understand and I respect your opinion. But to constantly be jabbing and using negative reinforcement and insulting people, thinking that you're righteous. Look at the things that you have said about other artists. If people weren't strong, they would commit suicide. People like you will make anybody commit suicide if they are not strong. Because what you want at all time is an audience to help you to bash people and to bash the artist. And once you don't get that audience, then people are foul and people are this and people are that. You seem like you were unloved. You were unloved. So sad. It's so sad. There's nothing funny about this. There's absolutely nothing funny about your behavior, foot hype. You're constantly disrespecting the women and they don't deserve it. For women that have been struggling, Dovey have been going through it. You're constantly disrespecting them for no reason. If you don't like them, you can leave. You can say, okay, Nikki, I'm not commenting on it because I don't like the oral sex part. Is not my thing. And you know I'm about that already. You don't have to come out and say that, oh, I'm going to get rid of this person. I'm not going to play it and I'm going to edit out that part. If people are thinking like you, you're saying that there are millions and one selector out there. What if 900,000 are thinking like you? Or what if Nikki was thinking like you? Come on. You are going to be excused from dancehall. Your opinion has no place in the 21st century. I'm sorry, I think you have missed your bus stop in probably 1820. You need to hop into the 21st century where people are civilized. You have so much of a problem with oral sex. Oral sex is here to stay. It has been around before you and I, and when we're gone, it will still be here. Way more women are, as I said before, are going to come out and they're going to talk about how they enjoy receiving oral sex, they enjoy giving oral sex. Men are going to come out speaking on how male artists that is are going to come out recording songs that they enjoy giving women oral sex and they enjoy receiving it. What are you going to do about it? Then just excuse yourself from dancehall. It's just that simple. It's just that simple. Because obviously you don't like dancehall. You don't like dancehall unless you can be a bully and a gatekeeper to determine who goes through and who doesn't. Your message is very demonic. So as long as it's about violence, because it's demonic, you're demonic, a bunch of wicked ass Negroes. So anybody that's promoting what you like, which is violence, okay, green light it, and women must only record songs about hardcore daggering and rough sex and being drilled. And once it's not about that, no, you don't like it, it's bad and it's negative and they don't have so it's self-respect that they have when they record those kind of songs, according to you. But when they sing about oral sex and all these kind of things, they don't have any self-respect and they're going to take drugs later on in life because your kids are going to come up and see it. What? Nescience. Grow up. Grow up, foot hype. Grow up. Grow up. Grow up. That's all I have to say. Enjoy your night. May God bless you.